Okay. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. How are you? I see one person here, and thank you so much for coming in, and thank you for the like button, hitting the like button as well. I appreciate you. I just want people to know I'm just giving you an update on what's going on now. My certified mail has been delivered. The documents for Robert Sylvester Kelly, call for action, and also the certified for his pardon and his release. So right now, okay, it's just arrived. I got the information here. Let me see. Let me see if I can show it to you on my phone. That the documents have been delivered. I don't know. Maybe it's too much light over here. I don't know how I could show it to you. But yes, the documents have been delivered. I've been keeping a tracking on them. All the documents that had to go through. Saturday, the one that I sent out for the Nation of Islam, that one won't be arriving until tomorrow evening. That's tomorrow evening. Hey, Crisco Country Life, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much for coming in and supporting my channel. So that is it had to go through Philadelphia, and then it's on its way to Chicago. Um, you sound so fine. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, and this one here was delivered to today. It arrived in New York at the National Action Network. Okay. And I'm just trying to make sure I can give you all the information. Okay. The ones that I sent out that has already arrived today, and they were signed at the it was handed over to somebody and they signed it. But what I'm gonna have to do, okay, and these are all the tracking receipts here. I mean, not tracking receipts, but these are the receipts, the certified mail receipt. What I didn't do is I should have asked for. Well, thank you. I appreciate you telling me that. This old woman that. Thank you, Crisco. I appreciate the compliments. But anyway, they all been out. Okay, like I showed you, I mailed them out on the 20th. They did arrive today, except for one that's supposed to be arriving tomorrow evening. At tomorrow evening, and I sent them all out priority mail. It's in a priority mail envelope, and it's also certified mail. So I showed you the receipt and everything, how much money I had to spend on that. So next week, this is my anniversary weekend, y'all. So that's why I'm trying to get this all done tonight, telling you all of this, because tomorrow I'm not gonna have time. I'm going out to dinner and spending my day with my anniversary and everything else like that. So I won't be able to be on here with you tomorrow evening or Sunday or whatever. I'm just going to be back with you next week. So I said, let me do what I can tonight. I am tired. It was a long day of work. Work is busy, and then next week is going to be also a busy week because we got Labor Day coming up. We got to start cleaning the classrooms for the school year. For the kids that's going to be moving into the new day classrooms. We had the summer program for the summer, but after this week, the kids won't be there until after the Labor Day weekend. I won't be back to work until Labor Day weekend. So we're going to be we have a meeting on Friday before the children come, school starts after Labor Day. So it's going to be busy. Okay, so my schedule has changed for the school year. Summer schedule is over. So I have to be on a full day schedule. So I got to do as much as I can to get this information out to you tonight. Um, what I'm talking about here. So, um, like I said, I already got the certified letters out to them, to the National Action Network, which is Reverend Al Sharpton, Congressional Black Caucus, the Nation of Islam, the Attorney Benjamin Crump, and to the WNCP, the WACP, the NWACP. I'm sorry. you know, okay. I am now waiting for their response. And once I get their response and everything, I will be making follow up phone calls to these organizations as well, okay, to ensure our voices are going to be heard and our demand for justice remains on their radar, okay? Um, so y'all got to stay ready. Once I have updates, I will immediately share them with you all so that together we can move as one voice for Robert Sylvester Kelly's freedom. This is not a time for us to sit back. This is the time to prepare for the next push that we're going to have, the next push. And I would like, for us to just stay on cold. Stay on cold, okay? And also, let me be clear, okay? This fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly is not about clout. It's not about likes and it's not about who gets the most views. This is about justice. This is about justice. We have sent out letters. We are making phone calls from the Casey McDaniel, those who are here with me with Casey McDaniel, because I am really serious about this fight. Because we can no longer just sit around being lazy. We've done that already. We've gathered enough documentation, information, research, whatever. We already know what the government plan was to do to Robert. They had 30 years of a lead to set it up to make him to look like the way they wanted to punish him. Okay? While they protect the real predators out there. And the real reason is because of politics, because of their greed and power that they have been doing for so long to Black people in America. This is not only just about Robert. This is about justice for all, not just for him, but for all. Okay, this fight is not just for him; it's for all. So we got to start moving the needle, and we got to be taking this seriously. Okay, so it says it's like, and we are standing in persistence. We're going to be standing in persistence until the system is forced to hear us about R. Kelly while he's still alive. And as long as he breathes, our fight continues. Stay focused, stay ready, and stay united. Because together we are the voice they cannot silence. Because we are his fans, and this is what we are supposed, as if we were showing up for an R. Kelly concert. You put in your time, you make your time available to be there to fight for what's right for him. And not just for him, but for all. Okay, so I didn't want to come and spend too much time here with you all about this. I just wanted to just bring you the update on the certified letters like I promised I would. And I would let you know when I spoke to you on, I believe it was Sunday. I spoke to you all and I told you that I will be mailing these documents out this week, and I did it on Wednesday, and I came back on Wednesday and let you know that they have been mailed. I showed you the certified receipts I have right here, and also how we are going to keep taking step by step until things is done. The call for action is I'm pushing for a date until I can hear back from these organizations is when we going to be calling for action, where we going to be out there protesting. That's why I say have your documents ready. Be ready to be on code, okay? Be ready to be on code for the fight for Robert Sylvester Kelly. This is not going to be like what we had 5 years ago, 6 years ago when we did the test run. Okay, I call it the test run. Some people are already trying to discourage people from being out there, but I'm going to keep this fight going and alive, and I'm going to come with organizing, how we going to do things. It's up to you if you want to be a partaker of it. It's really up to you. It's just writing and putting in the chat free RKelly and writing comments free RKelly is not going to free RKelly. We have to put in some action. It's now a call for action. Talk is cheap. Real courage is when you show up for the battle. And when you get out there and let your voice be heard, and you show out in the public. Okay, it's no longer everything to be done on social media, because it's easy to get on the keyboard and talk about this and talk about that. Talk. You ever heard the saying, talk is cheap? Action speaks louder than words. Talk is cheap. We don't know who we talking to on the screen. We don't know who people are really here for Robert, but we'll know when they show up on the streets in the public and introduce who they are, and they have their research and they paperwork ready. Okay, that's how they did it in the 60s. That's how they did it back then. And yes, some people, there was some bloodshed, and hey, it is what it is. So we all gonna die, but it's how we die. I keep telling you that. So Jesus left this whole book behind for us to to know the story of life. We on the battlefield, and for our Lord, we fight for the ones who are living, not the ones who are dead. We got people out here talking about free Huey, and we're free Huey. Huey's dead. Didn't Christ say, "Why look for me among the dead"? Huey is dead. He's not here, but he left a legacy for us. He left something we honor what his work was while he was here. Yes, we do honor that, but he's dead. But it's for us to go and carry on the fight. And the same thing goes for Martin Luther King, and the same thing goes with Malcolm. They are in the grave, but the legacy and the things they left behind for us to carry on to do. I can't get with these fake revolutionists, this Black Alpha Network, whatever his name is. You can walk around with all the dead people from faces on your shirt talking about freedom and legacies of them, but you ain't doing this for Robert Sylvester Kelly. So how black can you be when this black man been railroaded by the government? How black can you be? How much are you real with your blackness? You can't fool me with that. I'm a child from the Generation X, and that spirit is in me. That fight is in me. That's what's wrong with these young people today. They don't know nothing. Hey, Jason, Faith would lie. I don't know about Faith would lie, but I don't know who you're talking about, but thank you for coming in. But I'm just saying, be careful about this online protest and these black revolutionists online, talking online and everything. It's time for a call for actions. It's time for you to get out there in the battlefield. I ain't got time for that. He blocked me anyway from his channel. He swiped me out and blocked me on his channel the first time I ever came on there. Talking about he's a foundational Black American. Yeah, right. God is about the living and not the dead. We ain't talking about these people for Jason on here. We're not going to talk about Faith Rogers or none of these other so-called alleged victims. They not victims. They were set up. They were planted by the government. They were put there to lie. Just carry on the program. They had 30 years to prepare to take Robert Sylvester Kelly down. That's all it was. Okay. That's all it was. It was just to take. I already told y'all that. I told you the truth is, okay? I told you what the truth was. The case was never about justice, it was about power and profit. The government and the industry broke their own laws to make sure they can convict Robert Sylvester Kelly because taking him down benefited them politically, financially, and socially. Okay? They needed a high profile black man as a scapegoat to cover their own corruption while they parade his downfall. The same system protects real predators in position of power. And if y'all can't see that, then you still walking in spiritual blindness and you still not opened up to the truth. Don't get distracted. Don't. It's bigger than Robert Sylvester Kelly. They started with Bill Cosby. They done it the same to Michael Jackson. But see, Michael Jackson was always having the control and the rights over him and his soul and everything else of that nature. The same they did to Prince when Prince was like, look, I'm ready for my masters, blah, blah, blah. You know, they came for Prince. They did every one of these black icons that we saw go down the way they went down is because that's the way they did. And they knew that we were going to stay silent about it. And we weren't going to speak the truth. Because that's the way they have conditioned some of our ways of thinking. You know, some of us are still not free from the slaves. Some of us are still living in a slave mentality. Some of us are still in chains in their spirit. They've been hurt so much, they've been beat, broken so much, till they don't have a fight in them. But like I stand here bold in the truth, I ain't afraid of none of that happening over here. Okay? Because as long as I speak the truth, I know the God is with me. So if God is with me, who can be against me? Y'all go to church, y'all listen to those psalms, y'all listen to those prayers and everything else and about how strong your God is and how this powerful he is, but only with words, but your actions. You got to let him see, you got to show God in your fight. He's the God of the living, like he's telling you, not the dead. If God is with you, who can be against you when you speak in the truth and you stand in the fight for Christ of righteousness? So anyway, y'all, you know, your girl Casey McDaniel, I am very tired. I got a busy day tomorrow and I got to get my rest and get myself ready, get my hair, you know, fixed up and everything. So I just wanted to just come and bring you this update. I may have some time next week with you later on next week. I don't to keep you informed of what's going on. If I hear anything early next week, I promise I'll be back here with you as soon as that news break through. But I will be making some follow-up phone calls about the certified documents that I sent out. And I'm also sending out some stuff to RKelly's legal team as well. Okay, because we gotta move, we gotta, you know, stay on code and we gotta start moving. We gotta start moving and get away from all the distraction. You know, don't be going in and out with nobody about what they say on I'm just getting tired of it, you know, and I think that's what they whole thing is to do, to wear us out with it. So I'm not falling for it. I'm just going to stay focused on what I have to do and keep you informed on what we need to do. Okay, for those who are the real R. Kelly supporters out here. So with that being said, your girl Casey McDaniel, I'm going to say good night. You all be safe. Have a blessed Friday night, evening. And like I said, sometime next week, I'll be back with you all with more updates. God bless you, love you, and peace.